Hello, YouTube. This is Prince here. I wanted to touch just slightly upon the 1.04 patch for Tekken 8. I say slightly because I don't play the whole roster, and so I actually don't know a lot of the stuff. But we're gonna just quickly go over the whole patch notes. This is in regard of the balanced direction in the future updates. So not now, not the patch of tomorrow. Characters who are not able to fully exhibit the unique. Okay, so they want to amp the unique characteristics of the characters in Tekken 8 that are not actually displaying that at the moment. They want to nerf the character with too much strong moves or high combo damage. They want they want to incentivize the defensive options, for example, like sidestepping and stuff, and try to mitigate the situation where the attacker has extreme advantage. Although I don't believe that because they're buffing some characters here and there to a point that doesn't make like literally no sense. Then they say that for the characters that are not present in this balance patch, such as Victor, Lily, King, Paul, and Yoshimitsu, they will be they're, they're working on changes for the patch 1.05, and in 1.05 they want to enhance the value of the player defensive techniques, so such as like lateral movement, etc., etc. And they mentioned throws, heat dash, heat bursts. So we're gonna see what they're gonna change. I think throws not gonna be homing anymore. We just have to see. I didn't completely dislike the new throw mechanics. I think I think the tracking is a little bit weird, but considering that Tekken 8 has such side steps, I think initially they wanted to do this because they would think that no one would use the throws if the lateral movement was this good, right? So I don't know if I'm actually against removing the homing or tracking or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. And I absolutely love the counter hit mechanic because it makes characters like, for example, Kazuya use a little bit more the throws. Because, well, first of all, it's a good option in case they try to sidestep and press, which is a common technique in Tekken in general, like doing, for example, down for one, step into a down for one, or step into a down for two to launch the opponent. That whiff is like, I don't know, a jab or something. That's a common a pseudo flowchart that a lot of players do, and that gets a little bit countered by doing throw, because the throw will catch him sidestepping, and if he already pressed the button, it's going to be a counter hit, which means that he has less time to react. And for characters like Kazuya that don't have a very good command throws, it's actually really good because you make use of it. Ultimately, it's not a big deal because, again, his throws are not good in general. Even when you hit the throw, the O key is not good. So who cares? But I liked the animation of his throws. That's why I would have enjoyed if it was a complete throw game, just like in Tekken Tech 2. But unfortunately, it's not like that. So Heat Dash, I believe they're gonna be willing to change maybe the advantage on block that you get at the wall. Currently at the wall, the Heat Dash gives a ton of advantage, and personally, since I play Kazuya and he doesn't have very strong plus frames, I really enjoy that as a last chance to waste your heat and gain these plus frames, especially if you're aware of the wall. So the opponent has to take a full-on guess for once. What I ultimately believe is that if they remove a big portion of the plus frames on the heat dash at the wall, what's going to happen is that they didn't really fix the initial problem. Why am I saying this? Well, basically, the whole cast has like high or mid heat smashes. Those options are just as plus, um, even well, not as exactly as plus, but they're really plus, even in the neutral, in the open. So basically, they still have that, and a lot of characters have have huge plus frames in general on block, like Dragon of +7 on that goddamn it heat engager, etc. etc. So those characters don't really get hurt that much, but rather the ones that have low heat smashes and they don't have a lot of plus frames in general, not even in heat with moves, they get hurt a lot. Just for example, like Kazuya. Kazuya loves using down back 1-2, heat dash if you are at the wall, and then free mix. You can do up full 3, or just up 3 to wall splat as a wall splat mid safe, and they cannot step it. They can do anything if you just collide it with the wall. And obviously the house sweep. And I wonder what they're going to do about the heat burst. Kazuya's heat burst already was nerfed in the beta of the game, and I I am starting to believe that that was the only, or maybe one of the few heat burst nerfed, because like I see Jin hitting like heat burst in so many situations during the combos. It seems to have like really huge range. So maybe some characters, or most, I would say, didn't get touched. And but I guarantee you, like Kazuya's heat burst has very little range, even in the neutral compared to the other ones. And in the combos in general, it's I don't know what they changed exactly, but it's slower in the combos. I don't know. I'm not making this up. Like eh, you can use it reliably in few situations for Kazuya. Besides, I don't know what they're gonna change. In my opinion, if it was for me, I would make the heat burst not have such a huge range in the neutral, but I would keep it very large in the combos just to make the combos more fun, right? Because that's fun. If you wanna activate heat, you're already losing a big portion of the heat timer, and if you activated it in a combo, the if you use the heat dash, the combo has a different property after it. Like you can't have a proper ender to wall splat at the wall, etc., etc. So you are already making a choice, right? And even if you heat dash out of it during the combo, you are still using all your heat in one combo. So I think it would be cool if the heat burst remains a a reliable option in the combos, but in the neutral it has to be less of onga bonga because like heat burst is supposed to be countered as they are telling us in in the arcade quest, etc., by throws and lows. But lows, currently either you made a prediction, so you were maybe plus and went low, and the other guy went heat burst. You made the prediction that he was gonna go heat burst, and you counter hit low. If you press at the same time, you either just did D4 or you're never gonna hit. Like heat burst is too fast. The the active the initial startup is just too fast. But the throw wins because it's 12 frames most of the time, but it has a very short range. Heat burst currently is activated at 2 range, sometimes even 2.5 depending on the character. Like that's stupid. Why would you have such a button from that range? And you could say yes, but it gets countered by heat smashes as well. Yes, but not everyone fucking has a middle or high heat smash. That's the problem. Like my character, for example, has a low heat smash. Because it's a low, they had to make it like they had to make it slower, and because it is lower, it has less range than a mid heat smash. Obviously, it's not a viable option to shut down the heat burst. Plus, it doesn't wall splat. Does no damage. Like it wall breaks. That's the really only good part of Kazuya's heat smash is that a hard wall breaks. What does that mean? If you are point blank with the wall, you hit it, even if it was like one of those walls that don't get immediately broken, like the one in the Sanctum and the one in the Lee stage, you break it. It's a hard wall break. You can break it immediately. That's a very good part. I'm starting to use it a little bit more in the combos as well. But yeah, it is what it is. So we'll see what they do. Damn, we're only in the first part. Um, Special style, I don't care. Personally, move list, I don't care. These are QL, quality of life changes. Pushback collision detection of the opponent. So these are specific changes that they did right now. But this looks just like bug fixes. Heat smash the heat trigger the position and became strange when hitting near a wall. Okay, heat dash collision detection for the opponent and both blah blah blah. So these are just, let's be honest, these are like just bug fixes. They fixed the bug with the wall blast and wall breaks apparently. Throws, they have made the counter hit a little more forgiving for the throws. So before it was 10 frame, now it's 14. I think it's still unreactable anyway. But at least if you're pressing already the correct option, you you will have a little more time so it get registered. Before, unless you were mashing like Sonic, you wouldn't get it anyway. Will splash specific throws. Okay, and these are bug fixes with specific characters. Okay, so we're gonna quickly watch. To be honest, Alisa, I don't know much of the movie list. This is down for one. The phenomenon where they okay, so these are mostly bug fixes. But to be honest, Alisa, in my opinion, needs a little nerf. I would I personally, I don't know where, but the strengths of the character right now are like the movement is incredibly good, just like in Tekken 7, but she doesn't have the Tekken 7 problems of the combos doing low damage and having little variety. So at this point, I think this as a whole is a little problematic, especially because in Heat with destruction mode, you have incredible chip damage. And incredible chip damage paired up with pokes that are very safe and movement that can make like the opponent try to take their turn, they whiff, you launch them and you kill them. Like that's how it works with Elisa. I think the package is too safe and compact. They will have to make something like make some changes in the future, in my opinion. So they buff Asuka. Mainly, they buff her moves in the install moves. Mostly, like the install move is now a screw launcher. Sorry, bound launcher. I don't know how to call them. Um, and in yeah, that there's that. On counter hit, it is like that, and when you use the heat one as well, I believe. Also note that they're gonna change the 1+2, sorry, the launching throws. Instead of being 12 frames, they're gonna be 14 frames. So now they cannot be used as a power crush punishers. Thank God, because getting launched on a -12 power crush is kind of Azucena, they nerfed a lot of the tracking and a lot of the save frames that she had on her strings, like 1-1. And so now she has worse frames on block. 1-1 is punishable, I believe. Yeah, -10. And the tracking of the downfall 1, full 1 string is shitter now. So now you can just mindlessly keep doing only that. And they changed some damages across her lows. They want you to use less the where is it? For fuck's sake. There you go. They want you to lose to use less the down back full and more the down back three. That's apparently what is happening. Then Brian, they buffed his install just like Asuka and this string apparently. I don't know. I don't play Brian. People were saying that he has problems. I don't see them, but maybe it's just me. He has a fucking electric now. I don't know where the problems are, but whatever. He is probably gonna be top tier now because these are way too many buffs. Then we have okay, bug fixes, nerfs to Double Joint's Heat Smash. For movement, as so basically the Psycho Crusher has less range and can be sidestepped a little more reliably, at the very least. Then bug fixes here. Now, if you hit the second hit of your laser scraper, uh, the third hit will be tracking you. So even if you sidestep, you're fucked. And that's good because if you hit the second hit, you're supposed to track. Because I believe right now, hitting the second one, if you don't immediately mash the third one, it's not a guaranteed natural combo. If you were delaying the third hit, even if you hit the second one, they can block it. But the fact that they could step it, that's kind of fucked up. So I completely agree with this change. and then I don't fucking know what this is. Sorry. So anyway, Dragonov, a lot of changes. So all I'm seeing in general is less damages. Uh, okay. Then we have the fucking hatchet kick has less plus frames on it, and you're closer to him apparently when you block it. So that's good. Big, impactful. Okay, plus frames of while running 2 is instead of 6, it's now 4, which is good. Thank God. 4 is more manageable. 6 is just just respect me on anything I do. Um, the damage has been changed as well, I believe. Okay, I don't agree on that. I don't agree on that because personally, I would have nerfed only the normal warning too in terms of damage and keep the damage just high, just like they are for the just frame one. But anyway, I don't give a fuck. This character is too busted right now for me to give a fuck. Um, you see damage nerf on the wall stun bound that he uses. It's like a throw during the combo that they use at the wall. The wall crouching, blah, 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 recovery time on the first has been increased by 2 frames. No change to frame advantage on block. The second hit no longer knocks down when the first hit is a counter hit. I guess it's a nerf to the string. I don't even know what this means actually, to be honest. And then we got some Eddie behavior shit and some buffs, like just a little. They're going slow with Eddie. And now we have the nerfs to Feng Wei. All I'm seeing is damage nerfs, which is good, obviously. But the real problem of Fang is like still intact, which is the the super move that I don't even know what the input is, but he has like this fucking huge shockwave. I think it's this one. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that they nerfed when you just get hit by the wave instead of the kick. Like when you block the kick, which has enormous range anyway, you're just 2 minus. Um, I think they're gonna nerf it again. Then we have some buffs to Jackate, which I would have not buffed, but I don't care. Maybe I'm just shit at fighting Jack and he's actually weak. I don't know. Then we have some Jin bug fix. I don't know, behavior. I don't know. Then we have some June's nerfs, which basically she loses true health instead of just the gray health when she does her super moves, the Kazama power, how they call it. And during heat, the tracking ability of this off finally. So basically, when she uses the heat smash, before if you sidestep the first hit, the second hit would track you. Now it doesn't, so you fucking kill her for that, at the very least. The amount of health recovered on block has been reduced, which means that on hit she still recovers fully, which is what I believe they should have done initially. To me, she shouldn't even recover on block, but it's okay, whatever. Instances where the move failed to hit consecutive, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then we have like, honestly, consumption of heat. Okay, okay. Yeah, They're fixing here and there the health consumption and heat usage. Kazuya, basically, when you were doing down for 3 2 1, whether you were normally using it or charging it, sometimes apparently, never happened to me, but sometimes apparently someone could get hit from your back. I don't know. This never happened to me. It whiffs most of the time. Um, it's pretty sidesteppable, the third hit especially, but I don't care. It's all right. And then we got down for 3 plus 4 2 1. So basically, this is the wall combo. First 3 hits, actually 4 hits, but basically, if this is what I believe, someone found a tech that, if done correctly, it was actually super hard. But if done correctly, you would get this if they teched left after a combo. So they removed it. I never used it because it's too hard, and if you get blocked, you are minus 19, which is dying. But yeah, then they buffed 442 and apparently while standing 2, downward hitbox, which means that technically, I hope so, Xiaoyu shouldn't go down like under your 442 and while standing 2. I mean, while standing 2, it doesn't really matter because you use it mainly when you block shit, but 442, that was infuriating, and I hope this doesn't go under Phoenix again. Then apparently, what is this? Oh yes, they essentially this is another bug fix. Basically, when in certain situations you were hitting your hell sweep, the first hit, the low, would connect, but the second would whiff. They are trying to make it as so that the second hit will track you if you got hit by the first one. And we have king shit. Don't know. This is just, yeah, heat smash balance, and then they're buffing something else. Panda. I don't even want to read this whole goddamn stuff. I'm seeing damage everywhere. And I don't know. I don't know these characters enough. The Bersit one, I believe the Bersit one is the low poke. They changed the damage from 10 to 15. What the fuck? And Berset 2, which is the launcher, the collision has been adjusted to alleviate issues where the distance open up before the attack, making it easier for the opponent to evade with a backstep. Okay. And Bear Raw, the collision has been adjusted. Okay, so a lot of bug fixes as well. And I think they gave Panda more stuff to do in Heat as well, which they're gonna do again this summer, as we saw in the trailers. Lars, no big stuff. They still keeping the fucking sen- that fucking move Sentry, I think, up +5, whatever. Law buffs? What the hell? Law buffs? Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, law buffs. Okay, this is just a rage art. Adjusted in. Okay, so these are bug fixes more than nerfs. All right, Lee bug fixes. Leo bug fixes. All right, Leroy, tons of buffs. This character is gonna become good. Not broken, I don't know, but good. These are very good buffs. I know this is a lot of damage changes and more plus frames on both hit and block, I believe, on some of his attacks, which I don't know because the notations. I never played Leroy. Uh, I've seen a few stuff, and Oh, now he recovers, I think, heat when he does a parry successfully. Um, and then we have, I believe the next one, yeah, is Steve getting huge buffs. I don't know if these huge buffs are gonna be bringing him into broken or just top tier, but I think top tier because people are underplaying Steve so much in this game, just because he is different from Tekken 7. Um, but I believe he is strong. They just don't know how to play him in Tekken 8 yet. And then we got the next. Okay, show your nerves. I think she needs more time to do the hypnotist mix-ups, and she is losing some damage. And what the hell? Yeah, where was it? Special style? No, I don't care about that. Doing heat damage has been changed. Okay, okay. So they're just this is just very little. They nerfed only the hypnotist time to do the attacks, I believe. Hurtbox is just okay. Okay. So then we have Yoshimitsu, some buffs and bug fixes. But the last one, Zafina, I think Zafina is gonna become incredibly strong with the changes. They gave the look at this. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified and the frame advantage has been changed from +2 to +22. +22. Like what the fuck? So many buffed frames on hit mainly, I think. And they're basically buffing the stances. If yeah, the startup here. Whoa, they made it so faster. So basically, war running 1+2 now is way, 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 way faster. The startup starts faster, 3 frames earlier. That's a lot. So yeah, this was basically the patch. And if you ask me what I think, well, I don't see a buff to Downfall 1 Airborne for Kazuya yet. So I'm not very happy. I'm just kidding. I really hope they actually buff it though. The hitbox of the Downfall 1 just in the air. I don't care about the neutral. I'm okay with Kazuya having a subpar neutral. Um, but in the air, it would be nice to do cool combos. Because currently, I'm doing the same fucking combo over and over again because the other ones suck or are too hard to pull off realistically. So it would be nice to go back to 3 electrics into whatever you're feeling like, whatever, uh, depending on the wall, depending on which combo is best during that moment. It would be kind of sick, but whatever. And I'm okay with the nerfs, actually. I think just simply they should have nerfed Fang a little more and Xiaoyu a little more. I think some of the characters are left untouched, um, but um, they should be looked at. And I think Brian and Zafina's are a little bit too much buffs. It might be. But anyway, overall is a decent patch. Let's see what they do in the next updates. Thank you for watching, guys, and see ya in the next video, where we'll probably like see if there's one interaction with Kazuya, the F4 attack during the combo, where you defend it against it, you have to hold up um, and then immediately block the forward four. And I think that could be possibly getting the fuck out during this patch, but we'll be seeing that. And thank you again, and leave a like and subscribe if you want, and see you in the next video or live on Twitch. Bye bye.